The Bee Digger starting lineup tonight is brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan, proud to be Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan, with locations in Fort Morgan, Sterling, and Brush, available 24/7 for your banking needs. That is Equitable Savings and Loan. The Bee Diggers go with junior Trent Mount to the backcourt, along with sophomore point guard Ryan Dunker, B.J. Hirschfeld, a senior, and then the men we mentioned in the middle, seniors Aaron Nichols and Noah Leachman. As for the Sterling Tiger team, they go with 5'9" sophomore Riley Schaefer, along with Mike Chavez, a 6'1" junior forward, Bodie Hume, a 6'4" sophomore, Chris Lepsock, Chaz Lepsock, a 6' senior guard, and Davis Lepsock, he's tough to deal with, a 6'3" senior forward. The Bee Diggers have had issues stopping Davis Lepsock. If they can somehow control him and even Wade Kellogg off the bench, then the Bee Diggers will certainly be in a better position tonight. Mike Holloway, the outstanding head coach of the Tigers, and Tyrone Whipple, first-year head coach, but very familiar with this Bee Digger program and has done an excellent job, considering that a lot of the players graduated from a year ago, and he was an assistant on that team. Opening tip is brought to you by Buildings by Design, the experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. It'll be Noah Leachman and Davis Lepsock here with the opening tip and the jump here from Wally Post Gymnasium. And it is controlled by the Bee Diggers and Ryan Dunker. Dunker into the front court, picked up by Schaefer on the outside right to Hirschfeld. Looking down low, dribbling to his right, bounce pass to Nichols, right baseline, spinning right baseline, back out to Mount. He dribbles, jump pass to Leachman in the lane. Leachman had the ball stripped. And here comes the Sterling Tiger the other way, and Chaz Lepsock on the right baseline, trapped by Hirschfeld. Gets position, has the shot blocked by Leachman, and taken away there by Trent Mount. Nice block by Noah. On the outside right is Mount. Dribbling towards the top. Swings it, cross-court, intercepted, intended over there for Hirschfeld, and taken away by Chavez. Here is a right corner three, Schaefer. That's off the back of the rim, but the rebound is Chavez, and resetting is Sterling. With the basketball is Lepsock. Back out to Chaz Lepsock. We're 45 seconds into the game, no score. In the left corner, the Lepsock three is an air ball, and Trent Mount has the basketball. That was Davis Lepsock. Bee Diggers come the other way on the right side. It's Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld guarded by Chavez. Hirschfeld bounce pass outside right. Ball poked away. Another steal. The Bee Diggers look awful in the early going. The steal there by Davis Lepsock. Third turnover. Bee Diggers have not attempted a shot. Here is Schaefer. Swings to the left for the three, and that's off the back of the rim and off the top of the backboard and over the backboard. It'll be Brush basketball with 6:44 to go in the opening quarter. Sterling applies the pressure, and no score. Mount to throw it in the backcourt towards Leachman, and the ball was poked out of bounds by Davis Lepsock. Bee Diggers to throw it in three-quarters court, and Mount will be triggering in for Brush. Mount looking in the backcourt to Hirschfeld, and now Chavez will sag for Sterling as Hirschfeld crosses it into the front court. Hirschfeld gets a pick from Nichols, dribbling towards the right baseline all the way, has the shot blocked out of there, and it's off his body out of bounds as Bodie Hume, that is, stuffed it right back into Hirschfeld's body. And so far, the Sterling defense has been outstanding with a big block, and they've forced three turnovers, and the Bee Diggers, though, have not allowed a point. Here come the Tigers the other way with Chaz Lepsock. Lepsock near the top. Swings it left corner for Davis Lepsock. Dribbling to his right, back out to Chaz. On the outside right, here's Hume. Hume, left corner for Davis Lepsock. Dribbles by Bee Digger. Jump pass is tipped away, but it's taken by Chavez. And now the layup up and in by Bodie Hume. Off the glass on the perfect pass from Chavez. Leachman for the Bee Diggers in the lane all the way. Scoops it up and he misses short. Mike Chavez with a rebound for Sterling. Chavez with the outlet to Davis Lepsock. 5:53 to go in the opening quarter. Sterling 2, Brush nothing. Chaz Lepsock on the outside right to Hume. And that pass tipped out of bounds by Mount, intended for Davis Lepsock in the corner. And the Tigers to throw it in. And now we've got a quick 30-second timeout. And that is called by the Bee Diggers. That Bee Digger timeout is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. When you're looking for someone To walk you through the insurance world, turn to the office of Greg Mullen and Brush. Home, Auto, Life, and Health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. And so far, the shot attempt to turnover ratio is a disaster for the Bee Diggers. They've got to get some quality shots. Just have something hit the rim. Leachman missed a layup moments ago. B.J. Hirschfeld had one blocked, and they've committed 3 turnovers. But again, it's still early, and it takes a while sometimes to find the rhythm offensively. In the front court along the side, Davis Lebsock to throw it in. Lebsock near the corner. Over to Chaz Lebsock on the outside left to Hume. Hume had the ball stripped by Dunker. Now he tries to chase it down and does. Jump pass back out to Chaz Lebsock. Now to Davis. Free throw line extended in the lane. Has the shot blocked by Leachman, but he's fouled as he tried to scoop it up. And they're going to call the foul actually on Nichols, who was right there along with Leachman. And to the line will be Davis Lebsock, the senior, to shoot a deuce. First free throw by Lebsock is perfect. It's a 3-0 lead for the Tigers. When you're shopping for new appliances, shop the best appliance store in Fort Morgan, B&B Appliance, a full and complete line of Whirlpool appliances to help you find your perfect fit. B&B Appliance in downtown Fort Morgan. Second free throw is in. Backcourt pressure being applied. Mount dribbles against the pressure by Lebsock into the front court. At the top of the key, into the lane, all the way, scoops it up and in. What a shot there by Mount on the runner. Didn't have much of a lane there, but scored. And Brush gets their first points of the game. 5:18 to go in the opening quarter. Sterling 4, Brush 2. Davis Lebsock in the right corner to Schaefer. Here's Chaz Lebsock back to Schaefer. Fakes the three as Leachman jumped out at him. Sterling moving the ball around. Davis Lebsock, left corner, back out to Hume. At the free throw line, back out to Davis. Dribbles left of the lane, in the lane. Scoops it up off the glass and in. For Davis Lebsock, he's got 4. That's the lead for Sterling, 6-2. 4:53 to go in the first. Dunker at the free throw line swings it towards Leachman. Didn't see it coming, out of bounds. And the Bee Diggers have committed their 4th turnover here in the opening quarter. And we're still not midway through the first quarter. And here come the Tigers the other way. Here is Chaz Lebsock, picked up by Hirschfeld. Bounce pass free throw line for Chavez. Left corner, Schaefer, 3 in the air is no good. It's short, and the ball is wrestled away by Noah Leachman. Leachman on the outlet to Dunker. Here's Hirschfeld on the outside right. Picked up by Chavez. Back out to Dunker. Dunker picked up by Riley Schaefer. Crossover dribble. Swings it near the top to Trent Mount. Mount on the outside left. Picks up the dribble. Cross court towards Hirschfeld. He has to leap to make that catch. And now he picks up his dribble. Needs some help. Finds Mount. Mount left of the lane to Dunker. Backs up. Bounce pass free throw line. 15-footer Nichols. Yes. Aaron Nichols scores. The Bee Diggers to within 2. 6-4 Sterling. Nearly midway through the opening quarter. Hume in the lane. He traveled. That's the first turnover for Sterling. And the Bee Diggers have the basketball as along the side. It'll be B.J. Hirschfeld to throw it in. Again, the pressure being applied by Sterling. Hirschfeld looking, lobs it into Nichols. Nichols still trapped in the backcourt. Feeds Hirschfeld off his hands. Taken by Chavez. He lays it up and into. The Bee Diggers have got to be more disciplined on offense. Sterling now with a 4-point lead. Mount with a basketball. He is stripped. Here's Chavez. Back out to Lebsock. Here's Davis Lebsock in the lane, and he scoops it up, and he's fouled by Noah Leachman. Leachman commits his first, and the Bee Diggers are just awful here on offense. They have committed 6 turnovers, and Tyrone Whipple now talking to his point guard, Ryan Dunker. They got to take control of the situation. They're only down by 4. But this has been some sloppy basketball by Brush, and the free throw is in. Lebsock now with 5, and it's a 5-point advantage for the Tigers, 9-4, with 3:42 to go in the opening quarter. Second free throw by Lebsock is in the air, and that's perfect. 10-4, Sterling. Mount pressured, front court pass to Hirschfeld's got a 2-on-2, right of the lane, in the lane. Puts it a jump pass down low, and that ball was stripped away. Now taken by Leachman, and he puts it up and in as he faded away from 5, and he's fouled, and Noah Leachman to the line to shoot 1. The foul was committed by Bodie Hume. And the Bee Diggers draw to within 4. So Leachman to shoot the free throw to bring it to within 3. With 3.5 to go, and the free throw is perfect. Leachman was a starter on last year's team, had a key block down the stretch in that 1-point victory in the regional final. Into the lane, Chavez. Now Hume, right wing three is no good. And the strong side rebound controlled by Aaron Nichols. There's the outlet to Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld across the timeline on the outside right, picks up his dribble, still looking, bounce pass to Mount. Mount right of the lane, right corner for Nichols. Nichols with a left-handed dribble on the right baseline against Hume. Reverse layup up, and he missed it. Partially blocked and taken away by Hume. Long baseball pass to Schaefer. Schaefer against Mount, leans, banks, and scores. Sterling with a 12-7 lead. 2:55 to go, first quarter. Mount across the timeline. Gets it over to Aaron Nichols. Nichols on the high left towards the corner. He's going to have to kick it back out. Still looking. Lobs it to Dunker left to the lane. Scoops up a wild shot and misses. Looking for a whistle, no foul. Lebsock with a rebound for Sterling. Looking to grab a 7 or 8 point lead. Left corner, Schaefer wide open three is short. And the ball is tipped by Noah Leachman into his own hand. Leachman with the outlet to Mount. Mount across the timeline. Dribbling left to the lane. Wants to shoot, cannot. Back out to Nichols at the free throw line. Nichols holding the ball left of the lane, dribbles over to Leachman. Left corner shot is good inside the 3-point line for Leachman from about 15 feet away. Leachman with 5, the Beat Diggers to within 3. Sterling 12, Brush 9, 2:09 to go, first quarter. Chaz Lebsock the other way for Sterling. Back to Davis in the right corner to Chaz. Cross-court pass to Hume. Left corner, Schaefer, another 3, and that one's in. And he finally nailed the triple for Riley Schaefer. He had missed quite a few. Now it's 15-9. Hirschfeld into the front court, nearly carried the ball. Looking for an outlet, finds Dunker. Dunker towards the top. Sagging there is Riley Schaefer. Swings it left side to Hirschfeld. The Beat-Diggers taking care of the ball a lot better here in the last 2.5 minutes. Now to Mount. Mount against Chaz Lebsock. Looking. Swings it down low to Dunker all the way off the glass and in for Ryan Dunker, who used his body as a shield against the defender. 15-11. Schaefer bounce pass to Chavez. Now Hume, 15-footer. Yes. Bodie Hume scores. He's got 4. Sterling 17, Brush 11. 1:17 to go in the opening quarter. Dunker for Brush. Met at midcourt by Riley Schaefer. Dunker on the outside left. Aaron Nichols setting up at the free throw line. Pass intended for Mount, stolen away, and Lebsock lays it up and in. That's Chaz Lebsock, and now all 5 Tiger starters have scored. Sterling leads 19-11. 55 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Ryan Dunker back out to Mount. Mount at the top, swings it right side to Dunker. Dunker looking. Crossover dribble right of the lane, back out to Leachman. Leachman in the lane, jump pass to Nichols. Nichols looking down low, feeds Leachman. Leachman fades, banks, and around it, no good. Rebound to Nichols, puts it up, and that's short. Nichols again puts it up, and he misses, but he's fouled. Aaron Nichols with some strong board work as the foul was committed by Davis Lebsock, his first. And to the stripe is Aaron Nichols with the Beat Diggers down by 8. Nichols has got a bucket tonight. And still looking for a final on the Brush girls game against Platte Valley. Free throw is good by Nichols. And now Braden Lambrecht checks in for Sterling. That's one of the 2 Tigers along with Isaac Harris. And Adrian Lopez in there for the Beat Diggers. Second free throw is in. And here comes Harris into the front court. Back out to Lambrecht. Another Tiger into the game as well. For Sterling is Carter Keel. There's the 3 in the corner for Keel. That's no good. Rebound to Lebsock. Resets the offense. Lebsock had the ball stripped. And here's Dunker. Dunker the other way with 1 to beat. Puts it up and in for Ryan Dunker. And the Beat Diggers to within 4. 5 seconds to go. On the outside left, Lambrecht in the lane. He leans, he banks, he misses. And the rebound to Reed Hall. Dunker throws up a baseball shot. That's way off from about 70. And that is the end of a very entertaining opening quarter. The Beat Diggers are right there. It's Sterling 19, Brush 15. 1 minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back in Sterling. Let's head to the second quarter from Wally Post Gymnasium. Sterling leads Brush in his Patriot League Tournament quarterfinal 19-15. It's Adrian Lopez, Trent Mount, Aaron Nichols, Reed Hall, and Ryan Dunker for Brush. Braden Lambrecht with the basketball with Isaac Harris. Carter Kyle, I believe is the name. Davis Lebsock dribbles right of the lane. Looking back out to Harris, left wing to Lambrecht. Also in there is Mike Chavez. Lebsock, right corner three, is off the front of the rim, and the ball is rebounded by Trent Mount. Some contact, no whistle. Mount with the outlet to Dunker, swings it into the front court to Lopez. On the right baseline to Nichols. Nichols dribbles to his left against Lebsock, right of the lane, maintains the dribble, right corner. Mount three is blocked, but he gets it right back. Mount in the lane, scoops it up and in with a runner. Trent Mount scores. And the Bead Diggers are on a 6-0 run. They trail by 2, 19-17. 7:15 to go, second quarter. Harris with the basketball. On the right wing to Lebsock, penetrates right of the lane, then throws up a wild shot and misses. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Trent Mount. That's his 5th rebound. Mount to Lopez. The Bead Diggers can tie it with a 2. Lopez, middle of the lane, swings it left corner. Bad pass off the left hand of Reed Hall out of bounds. And Brush commits their 7th turnover. Now, it was the second quarter in the first meeting that killed the Bead Diggers the first time around in that 27-point loss. The third quarter that hurt them in Brush when they were down by just 1 point at the break. And here comes Sterling the other way, 1 minute into the second quarter. It's Isaac Harris at the top, met by Lopez on the outside right to Davis Lebsock, back to Harris, left wing to Lambrecht, straight away to Harris. Back out to Lebsock, dribbles against Noah Leachman. Now to Harris. They're just looking for the open shot left of the lane to Hume. Left corner for Kyle. Back out to Lambrecht. Foul by Lopez. Lopez with his first. That's the third team foul. And still looking for an updated score. I have to imagine that game is over. See if the Schwami, Paul Acosta, can send me an update from Brush. Here is Lebsock, bounce pass back out to Kyle. Kyle on the outside right now, the right corner three is up by Lambrecht and missed, and the ball is tipped around and Harris has it, and they reset the offense for Sterling. They missed a lot of threes here in the early going, but Sterling has a 2-point lead. Lambrecht with the basketball over to Harris. Harris at the top on the outside right to Lambrecht. Down low for Hume. Had the ball stripped away by Lopez and taken away by Leachman. Sterling with their third turnover. The Bead Diggers have the only points here in the second quarter. Lopez in the right corner for Hall. Back out towards Mount. 15-footer good, and the game is tied at 19. Timeout Sterling. 32nd timeout. And the Bead Diggers are on an 8-0 run. They trailed 19-11 at one point. And now Brush has got it going with 8 consecutive points. And, of course, the winner of this game takes on the winner of the 3-6 game. And we'll be talking about that a little bit later on as well, as we try to hammer through this one, see if the Bead Diggers can pick up a victory tonight. Here comes Sterling the other way. On the outside left is Lambrecht, straight away to Harris. Back on the high right to Kyle. Kyle has it, right wing three is good. And that stops the 8-0 run as Kyle scores. First points of the quarter. In the right corner, Hall with a basketball. Bounce pass back out to Lopez. 22-19, 5.5 to go in the second. Dunker straight away, left of the lane, and then he's fouled. Fouled there by Isaac Harris. That'll be his first foul, the team's third. And back into the game are Chaz Lebsock and Mike Chavez. Adrian Lopez is out. B.J. Hirschfeld is back in. Dunker to throw it in front court underneath the basket. Over to Hirschfeld. 15-footer good. B.J. Hirschfeld with a catch and shoot off the inbounds pass on the left wing. Brush to within 1, 22-21. 5:16 to go. Second quarter. On the outside left, Harris. Left corner, Hume penetrates. Jump pass, cross court, poked out of bounds. Looked like Mount got a piece of it, but it went back off of a Tiger. That's a Sterling Tiger. And so it'll be Bead Digger basketball. And Mount to throw it in. Mount in the backcourt towards Hirschfeld. Back to Mount underneath the basket in the backcourt. Mount dribbles by one into the front court, picked up by Lebsock. Bead Diggers can take the lead here at the 5-minute mark. Dunker left of the lane. He's fouled. Looked like he was bodied up by Isaac Harris. That would be his second foul. In a matter of 30 seconds it is. For Sterling, their 14th foul. And Dunker to throw it in. Riley Schaefer, good three-point shooter for this team, is coming back in. And Dunker to trigger it in. Bounce pass left corner for Mount. Knocked out of bounds by Chaz Lepsock. B-Diggers retain possession. 4:57 to go in the second. You need your vehicle and farm equipment to be in top shape. Make sure you take care of them by purchasing the best quality parts at great prices. Your local Napa store, Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. Leachman at the top, left side to Mount behind the three-point line. Mount to his right, hands it off to Dunker. Dunker left of the lane, in the lane, squeezes it up and in. What a shot, a little hook there by Dunker. Didn't look pretty, but it found the bottom of the net. The B-Diggers have taken their first lead of the game, 23-22. 4:33 to go before the break. With the basketball is Chaz Lepsock, cross court to Hume. In the right corner to Kyle, dribbles to his left, back out to Hume. On the outside left to Lepsock, down low for Chavez, and his shot is blocked out of bounds, but I think there was contact. Yep, there's a foul there on the B-Diggers, and Mounts committed the foul. That's his first, and to the line is Mike Chavez, who's got a couple of points in this game. Very competitive 2-7 matchup here in Sterling. The Tigers can reclaim the lead with two made free throws, and the first one by Chavez barely gets to the rim. He pulled the string on that one. Second free throw upcoming. The Brush girls will play an elimination game. A second free throw back rimmed it. Lane violation. That's against Sterling B-Digger basketball. Brush lost to Platte Valley tonight 45-43, so they take on Estes on Thursday night at home. Mount to throw it in. Over to Hirschfeld. In the backcourt towards Dunker. Dunker crossed the timeline behind his back. Watch out for behind. He got stripped. And that's the problem. Don't have eyes in the back of your head. The B-Diggers commit there a turnover. Long pass to Kyle. Has the shot blocked out of bounds by Leachman. Off the steal by Chaz Lepsock. The B-Diggers catch up and play outstanding defense. So retaining possession is Sterling. Davis Lepsock had a brief breather. He's back in the game. Brush 23, Sterling 22. 4:08 to go in the second. Bodie Hume to throw it in. Hume lobs it way back out there to Chaz Lepsock. Lepsock on the outside right in the right corner for Schaefer. Fakes the three. Leachman picks him up. Back out to Hume. Left corner for Davis Lepsock behind the three-point line. Now to Chaz. Three in the air. Yes. Chaz Lepsock with his first triple. He's got 5. Sterling now leads 25-23. Mounts crossing the timeline. He got stripped. He dribbled right into the defender. Here's Chaz Lepsock. Lays it up and in, and the B-Diggers can't start that again. That's what got them into trouble when they were trailing early in the game. Now it's a short run here, a 5-0 run for Sterling. 27-23, 3.5 to go, second quarter. Dunker on the outside right. Picks up his dribble, bounce past a Mount. 15-footer is off the back of the rim. And the rebound controlled by Chaz Lepsock. Across the timeline at the free throw line. 15-footer, yes. And now the Tigers on a 7-0 run. Timeout by Tyrone Whipple. Brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. A 23-22 lead for Brush is now a 6-point deficit. 29-23 Sterling. 3:14 to go in the second. A 1-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Sterling with a 29-23 lead. They're in a 7-0 run. Trent Mount to throw it in. When the second quarter, long pass to Hirschfeld. It's a 2-on-2. Hirschfeld right of the lane, but he's going to back it out and slow it down. Hirschfeld back out to Dunker. Dunker calling out play instructions, hands it off to Mount. The B-Diggers cannot go cold here. They've already given up the last 7 points. Mount, right wing three. Yes! Oh, that's a big one for Trent Mount, the junior, showing up. 7 in the quarter, 9 in the game. The lead is cut in half. 29-26. Hume traveled as he got the basketball just beyond the free throw line, and Sterling commits their 5th turnover. The B-Diggers have 9 in the opening half. Sterling applies the pressure, but with 2:49 to go, second quarter. A timeout by Tyrone Whipple paid off as the B-Diggers are back into this game. Here's the inbound pass to Lopez. Lopez with 1 to beat. Lopez right of the lane, leans, banks, and the offensive foul. That's the problem, is that Mike Chavez was set. That is a turnover there, and Chavez was the beneficiary of that charge there by Adrian Lopez, his second foul. B-Diggers with 5 team fouls, Sterling with 4. Hume is out for Sterling. And in is Carter Kyle. So here we go with Sterling the other way, Davis Lebsock on the outside, left of the corner for Schaefer. Back out, Chaz Lebsock nearly traveled back out to Lebsock. Moving the ball around to Davis. And now a long three is going to be missed off the back of the rim. Lopez has the long rebound. Lopez for Brush into the front court. B-Diggers can tie it with a three. That was Wade Kellogg, by the way, that missed that three-pointer. Here's Ryan Dunker. Dunker hands it off to Mount straight away. Over to Leachman at the free throw line. Leachman between his legs lost the ball. He's got to get rid of it and does. Back out towards Nichols. We are at the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. Sterling 29, Brush 26. Mount cut the other way. Dunker threw it into the crowd. Miscommunication. The B-Diggers commit their 10th turnover with 1:59 to go, second quarter. Now play some defense here down the stretch, and you keep this game right where you want it at halftime. Here is Chaz Lebsock. Lobs it in the lane to Chavez. Back to Davis Lebsock. Right of the lane. Jump pass in the corner. Intended for Kellogg. Intercepted by Mount. Nice defense by the B-Diggers. Mount on the outside left to Lopez. Lopez, left-handed dribble. Crossover in the lane. Back out. Dunker, wide open three. It's off the left side of the rim. And the rebound into the hands of Mike Chavez. Nice box out by the Tiger. Long pass to Lebsock. Here's Kellogg, left corner. Schaefer, wide open three. And that's off the back of the rim. And the ball lands in the hands of Leachman. Then he threw a terrible pass out of bounds. No need to throw that strongly by Leachman. And B-Diggers have got to retain their composure here. 11 turnovers, but 2 here in the last 40-some-odd seconds. They're only down by 3, but they've got opportunities here. Lob to Kellogg, back out to Davis Lebsock. Over to Kellogg, left corner, penetrates all the way, jump pass. Out to Chaz Lebsock, 3 in the air, is in and out. And the rebound to Aaron Nichols. Nichols has grabbed his 4th rebound. Over to Mount, crosses the timeline to Lopez. 1 minute to go, second quarter. Lopez left of the lane, crossover dribble in the lane, scoops it up off the glass and in! Lopez with a strong move in the paint. And the B-Diggers are on a 5-0 run, 29-28. 48 seconds to go in the second quarter in this Patriot League Tournament quarterfinal. Schaefer back out to Lebsock, left of the lane, cut off by Dunker. Jump pass to Chavez. Here's Chaz Lebsock in the left corner. Schaefer can't take that three. Now to Lebsock with 35 seconds to go. Wade Kellogg fakes a three. Davis Lebsock wide open left wing three, and you can't leave him that wide open. He nailed it. He's got 9 in the game, and we've got a whistle away from the ball. I think that's going to count. And we do have a foul there on Sterling on Mike Chavez's first foul, the team's 5th, but the basket does count with 30.6 seconds to go. Brush down by 4. And Mount to throw it in. Dunker's got 2 defenders on him, but Lopez had nobody, and he gets it to Lopez. Lopez to Mount. Mount back to Dunker. He's got to cross the timeline with 3 seconds to go on that time clock, and does. And the B-Diggers look like they're going to set up for the final shot. That's what Tyrone Whipple wants. 15 seconds to go. Dunker's going to retreat towards midcourt. He's got 11. On the outside right to Mount. He'll take the three, and that's off the back of the rim. Plenty of time there by Riley Schaefer. 5 seconds to go. He's at midcourt now with 3. Schaefer then stripped by Dunker, and he tries to save it and cannot. Out of bounds. Sterling retains possession, but only 0.7 of a second to go. And Sterling's going to be hard-pressed to get off a shot here. It's going to have to be a quick catch and shoot. And there's Lebsock's 3 at the buzzer. That's an air ball. And that'll be the end of the opening half. A very entertaining 16 minutes here from Wally Post Gymnasium in Sterling, where the Beat-Diggers are right there at halftime. Sterling 32, Brush 28 in this Patriot League Tournament quarterfinal. How about a 3-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. I'm back at Wally Post Gymnasium in Sterling, where the Beat-Diggers trail 32-28 as we head to the third in this Patriot League Tournament quarterfinal. The winner will take on Liberty Common, which won tonight in Greeley over Frontier Academy with a 6 knocking off the 3, 67-61. The loser plays an elimination game coming up on Thursday night against Frontier Academy. If Sterling loses, they will host Frontier Academy. If Brush loses, then they go to Frontier Academy. So Frontier Academy would either have to lose a second game at home or Friday at UNC to be eliminated from this tournament. the Bead Diggers will travel regardless, being the 7 seed. It is Mount, Dunker, Leachman, Nichols, and Hirschfeld for Brush. The inbounds to Dunker, guarded by Riley Schaefer. Out there with Chaz Lebsock, Davis Lebsock, Mike Chavez, and Bodie Hume. Hirschfeld on the high left. Near the top for Dunker. Bead Digger girls lost tonight, 45-43, a crushing loss. They'll play Estes Park on Thursday night at 6 o'clock, an elimination game for the Lady Bead Diggers. Here's the lob. Dunker left of the lane. Now to Mount, 5-footer right baseline. He threw up a terrible shot. Hit a wide open. A bad miss. Rebound comes away, and Davis Lebsock lays it up and in as they move the ball quickly up the court. As Chaz Lebsock grabbed the rebound, a 6-point lead. Dunker in the lane all the way, has the shot blocked. Blocked away by Hume. Here comes Hume with a 2-on-2. Into the lane, jump pass. Riley Schaefer, right corner three. No good. And the ball is rebounded, though, by Chaz Lebsock. Back out to Chavez. Wide open as Hume lays it up and in. The Bead Diggers fell asleep defensively. Hume has got 6. All of a sudden, a 4-point lead is up to 8. Here is Hirschfeld into the front court. Now to Leachman. Leachman to Hirschfeld. Steps in right of the free throw line. Back out to Dunker. Bead Diggers have got to compose themselves. They got off to a slow start in this game. Then the cross-court pass intercepted by Lebsock. Long pass to Schaefer. Left-handed layup up and in. Bead Diggers need a timeout. And that's what Tyrone Whipple does. A 6-0 run for Sterling to begin the third quarter. Sterling leads by 10. 38-28. Brought to you by Greg Maul at State Farm Insurance. Is that Bead Digger timeout. Home Auto Life and Health. 8-4-2. 45-55. Now, the last time this happened to the Bead Diggers, they were down by 6. Coach Whipple called a timeout. The Bead Diggers went on a 5-0 run just before the break. But at that point, after the run, it was 29-28. Now it's 38-28. So this is a 9-0 run for Sterling, dating back to the second quarter. And here we go with the Bead Diggers trying to beat that pressure in the backcourt. Sterling has applied it all game long. And to throw it in is going to be Trent Mount. Mount still looking, running the floor in the backcourt to Nichols. Over to Mount. Mount with a basketball, swings it over to Leachman. Then Leachman nearly had it stripped all the way, scoops it up, and then Leachman with a strong move down the middle of the lane. They didn't want to cut him off. That ends the run. Schaefer the other way. Jump pass is blocked and taken away by Leachman. Leachman with a long outlet pass to Mount. 38-30, 6:15 to go in the third quarter. Mount on the high left, at the top for Dunker. Dunker behind the three-point line, retreats towards the timeline, sets up the Bead Digger offense. Dunker right of the lane, behind his back, right baseline. Hirschfeld penetrates, double team, and then he turns and scores as the defense somehow sagged as he was going to pass the ball, and he didn't. And he banked it in, 38-32. Brush still in this game. 5:53 to go in the third. Left corner, Davis Lebsock. Back out to Chaz Lebsock. Swings it right side to Hume. Over to Chaz Lebsock. Wide open three. That's short. And the ball is rebounded, though, by Davis Lebsock. Here's a Schaefer three, and he missed it badly. And here is Dunker with a rebound for the Bead Diggers. Coming the other way is Dunker. Wanted to shoot, couldn't. Now to Hirschfeld. Fakes the three. Now to Leachman in the lane. Leachman puts it up from 6. Around and good. Oh, it got the friendly roll for Noah Leachman off the high. Bounce off the rim. Brush on a 6-0 run. 38-34. 5:19 to go in the third. Davis Lebsock to Hume. Now to Chaz Lebsock. In the lane to Chavez. Right corner, Davis Lebsock. 3. That's off the front of the rim. Noah Leachman chases down the rebound for the Bead Diggers. There's the outlet to Mount. Mount all the way. Had the ball stripped from behind. Did it go off of him? Nope. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bead Diggers. And Braden Lambrecht and Carter Kyle check in for Sterling. And Brush has been resilient all game long. They have not given up, even when Sterling's put together some nice runs. Sterling 38, Brush 34. Adrian Lopez now in for Mount. I'm sure that'll be a brief rest because Mount had a hot second quarter with 7 points. They need his offense and his defense for that matter. Lopez to Leachman, 15-footer is short. And the long rebound is into the hands of Chaz Lebsock. He wants to run. Lebsock left of the lane, fouled by Dunker. That's a good foul. It was on the floor, and Chaz Lebsock had some position going to the rim. Only the first foul by Dunker. The Bead Diggers have committed just 6 fouls in the entire game. Sterling has just 5. Lebsock to throw it in left corner. Chaz Lebsock back out to Lambert. Left of the lane, Davis Lebsock. He leans, and then he is mauled and fouled. Never got off the shot, but he was going up for a shot. He'll have 2 free throws and fouled by Ryan Dunker. That's his second in about 15 seconds. And Davis Lebsock, who scored 9 points in the opening half and has got 11 in the game, is at the stripe to try and stop this 6-0 run by the Bead Diggers. And the free throw is up and off the back of the rim. Lebsock now 4 of 5 from the stripe. Mount is back in. That was a brief rest. Aaron Williams in. Noah Leachman and Ryan Dunker are out. I'm sure that'll be a brief rest for both Leachman and Dunker as well. Second free throw coming up for Davis Lebsock. And that is up, and that is around and good. The Tigers lead by 5. Lopez in the backcourt, 39-34. Bodied up by Kyle, nearly lost the ball, got it back. It's loose on the floor, off his foot, out of bounds. 13 turnover by the Bead Diggers. The Tigers with only 8. And to throw it in along the side. Still in that backcourt is Davis Lebsock. The Tigers trying to stretch out this 5-point advantage. On the outside right, Lambrick in the right corner for Kyle. Dribbles to his left, back out to Lambrick. Here's Chaz Lebsock. Looking down low, swings at left corner for Kellogg. Penetrates left baseline, jump pass. Chaz Lebsock. 3 is up and good. Chaz Lebsock now with 12. 42-34 with 4:23 to go in the third. Sterling with a lead. Hirschfeld, right baseline to Nichols. Had it go right through his hands, out of bounds. A perfect pass, but Nichols didn't look it in. Wanted to shoot before he had it. Brush commits their 3rd turnover of the quarter and their 14th of the game. Now they got to keep it under control defensively. Here is Kyle faking the 3, picking up the dribble, back out to Lambrick, left corner. Kellogg, 3 is up, and it's no good. And wrestling the rebound away is Aaron Williams, but then he traveled. He lost his balance, and that is turnover number 15 for Brush. With 4:03 to go, I think Trent Mount thought that Williams was contacted in the backcourt. Should have been a foul, but no whistle. Leachman about ready to check back in. The lob towards Human. He banks it in midair off the inbounds pass, and all of a sudden Sterling is on a 6-0 run. Brush trails by 10, 44-34 with 3:52 to go in the third. Bead Diggers need a bucket desperately. Mount gets a pick from Nichols in the high right. Dribbles by 2. Right corner, Hirschfeld 3, and he pulled the string. And the ball is loose, though, and Adrian Lopez chases it down for the Bead Diggers. He'll take the 3, and that's an air ball. Into the hands of Lebsock. Lebsock's got a 4-on-3. Working bounce pass to Hume, banks and scores. Bead Diggers are going to need another timeout here momentarily. Hume's got 6 in the quarter, 10 in the game. An 8-0 run for the Tigers. They lead by a dozen. Here's Adrian Lopez in the right wing to Mount. Right baseline pass to Nichols. Nichols dribbles, fades, shoots, short. The long rebound to Lebsock. He wants to run again. Bounce pass to Hume with Nichols to beat. He waits for Nichols and banks it in. And now Sterling is trying to take over this game, and they are successfully. It's a 10-0 run, 3 minutes to go in the third, and the Bead Diggers trail 48-34. Lopez at the free throw line. Jump pass to Mount. Fakes the 3, steps in, jump pass to Hirschfeld, left wing 3 is off the back of the rim. The Bead Diggers have gone cold, and now there's a foul in the backcourt after Bodie Hume grabbed the rebound. And the foul was committed by Aaron Nichols. That's his second. That's all it took, just a little minute-and-a-half stretch for Sterling. That's what it always happens in this matchup, just that short stretch where the Tigers take control, and now the Bead Diggers are down by 14 with 2:39 remaining in the third. Kyle with the basketball in the right corner. Back out to Lambrick. Lambrick right of the lane, puts up 15-footer, yes. Well, that's now a 12-0 run, and now Tyrone Whipple calls a timeout, brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Sterling leads 50-34. It's been a big quarter for Bodie Hume. He's got 8 of his 12 points. And along with Hume, Chaz Lebsock and Davis Lebsock all have 12 points in the game. Again, if the Bead Diggers cannot rally, they would play Frontier Academy, which lost to Liberty Commons 67-61. That would more than likely be a 6 o'clock start on Thursday night in Greeley. We are at the top of the hour. This is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Yuma. And on the World Wide Web at KSIR.com, I'm John Beltran with the Patriot League Tournament quarterfinals going on. 2 games have gone final on the boys' side. Platte Valley defeated Strasburg 59-50. And they will be taking on Eaton, you would assume. Eaton is facing Estes Park right now in Eaton. I could not imagine Eaton losing that game, but hey, you gotta. That's why they play the games. I know it's an old cliche, with a 1 taking on an 8. And of course, I just mentioned Liberty Common beating Frontier Academy 67-61. 3/4 court, Lopez to throw it in, and that will be an elimination game for the loser of this one. Lopez in the backcourt to Mount. Check it, it was quarter court. Now to Lopez, crossing the timeline. Brush just needs a bucket and get that offense back in rhythm. Bounce pass to Dunker. Dunker left-handed dribble, swings it to Leachman. Leachman straight away, chest pass to Mount. Mount back out to Lopez. On the outside left to Williams, straight away to Dunker. Looking down low, the B-Diggers just showing some patience on offense. Mount with a basketball foul. That'll be the first team foul on Sterling. Foul was committed by Chaz Lebsock, his first. And to throw it in will be Adrian Lopez with just over 2 minutes to go in the third. B-Diggers have just 6 points in the quarter. There's the lob to Leachman in the lane. He fades, he shoots, and he scores. Little 6-footer by Noah Leachman. Leachman was 6 in the quarter, 11 in the game. That stops the 12-0 run. But Brush is down by 14. The 3 in the corner is an air ball there by Kyle. Aaron Williams grabs it for Brush. Here is Dunker with a 2-on-3. Dunker right of the lane with a basketball. Lobs it cross court to Mount. Left baseline to Leachman. 12-footer. Good. Noah Leachman. He's got the hot hand in the quarter with 8 points. B-Diggers to within 12, 50-38. Inside, Chavez lays it up and in. Where were the B-Diggers on defense? Nowhere. He just ran the court. There were 2 passes, and he scored. Sterling back up by 14, 52-38. Lopez crossover dribble, and he was contacted. No whistle. Picks up his dribble at the top to Mount. Mount swings it right side to Lopez. 1:07 to go in the third. 52-38. Entry pass was forced, but luckily the B-Diggers got a whistle there. I think Dunker went to the floor and was fouled. And the foul on Sterling as Hirschfeld checks in. It was on Braden Lambrecht. Isaac Harris back in for the Tigers. Let's see if Brush can make this a 10-point game by the time we get to the fourth. You do that, then the game is manageable from a rally standpoint. Mount to throw it in. Inside pass towards Leachman, poked out of bounds by Lebsock. Tried to force it in because Leachman has been scoring at will in this third quarter. Now to Leachman. 15-footer. He did it again. Noah Leachman on the right wing. 10 points in the quarter, 15 in the game. It says 52-40 up there. I think they had the wrong score earlier at some point. Now the Kyle 3 is in and out, and the ball is tipped around, still tipped. Isaac Harris has it for Sterling. Inside to Kyle. Yeah, we'll check our numbers again. Yeah, it is a 52-40 game, so that's correct. Left baseline, Kellogg. Jump pass, cross court to Kyle. Fakes the 3, steps in. Little 10-footer. No good. Aaron Nichols has the rebound for the B-Diggers. Now they can make it a 10-point game. 28 seconds to go in the third. Dunker right of the lane. Back out to Mount. Mount swings it right side to Dunker. They could make it a 9-point game with a 3. In the right corner, Leachman. He'll take the 3, and he missed it off the backside of the rim, and then Dunker commits a foul over the back on Isaac Harris. Not a smart foul there by Dunker, considering that he had no shot at the rebound. That was a frustration foul. 15 and a half seconds to go. But again, if you can keep it at 12, I know you'd like to get it to within 10. It's already been a productive quarter for Sterling. The inbounds pass to Lebsock. Davis Lebsock into the front court to Bodie Hume. Bounce pass to Lambrecht off his hands. Taken by Chavez. He fades and he misses. And the rebound to Leachman. He's fouled in the backcourt. Leachman was fouled by Braden Lambrecht. That'll be his second foul. Leachman grabs his 5th rebound. 2.2 seconds to go. The B-Diggers in the backcourt to throw it in. They're going to have to heave it towards the basket. Going to be a tough catch and shoot. Into Nichols. Nichols towards Dunker, and that's going to be the end of the quarter. They don't get off a shot. We have played 3 quarters in this Patriot League Tournament quarterfinal. It is Sterling 52, Brush 40. A 1-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Sterling with a 52-40 lead as we head to the fourth quarter in this Patriot League Tournament quarterfinal. They got the basketball first On the outside right, Lambrick straight away to Isaac Harris. Now to Davis Lebsock in the left corner. Back out to Harris. Free throw line, Chavez. Now the three by Lebsock is good. Lebsock now with 15 in the game, and that's the lead. 55-40 for Sterling. 20 seconds into the fourth. Dunker the other way over to Mount. Left baseline for Nichols. Nichols against Bodie Hume. Lob left to the lane for Leachman. He scoops it up and he misses, puts it back up and in. Leachman has had a very good second half. That's 12 points in the second half, 17 of the game, and he was fouled. Didn't even see that call, but he was fouled by Lambrick. So that's the and one here for Leachman, who will step to the line. The Bead Diggers have attempted only 3 free throws. The Leachman free throw is up and off the back of the rim. Can he chase it down? Nope. It's into the hands. Land him on the bench, and it will in favor of Adrian Lopez with a 55-42 lead. Lost you for just a second there, but 55-42 as Noah Leachman was fouled and then missed the free throw after he made the basket. Into the front court is Davis Lebsock near the left corner. Jump pass back out to Harris on the right wing to Lambrick. Straight away for Harris. At the free throw line, here is Hume down low from Chavez, and he banks and scores, and the Bead Diggers got burned on the backside cut. That's 14 points for Hume, 57-42 Sterling. Mount, the three is good in the right corner. He created that shot. Mount scores for the first time in the half, brushed to within 12. 57-45, 6:53 to go in the game. Long pass to Hume in the right corner. Hume spinning, back out towards Lambrick. Now to Hume, wide open as Chavez down low, and he banks it in, and the Bead Diggers again. I don't know what they're doing defensively. They've given up 59 points in this game, and there's still 6:36 to go. They're down 59-45. Mount to Lopez, and too many layups here in the second half, especially here early in the fourth. Here is Mount, 15-footer off to the left. The rebound grabbed in the corner by Lambrick. Lambrick with his second board. On the outlet to Harris. Harris at the top. Over to Lambrick. Near that right corner to Hume. Back to Lambrick, right of the lane. Jump pass to Harris. Wide open left wing three. Yes. Isaac Harris scores, and now the Tigers have their biggest lead, 62-45. We have under 6 minutes to go in the game. Adrian Lopez at the right baseline. Lobs it down low for Leachman. He fades, he shoots, and he misses. He tried to bank it in. Davis Lebsock has the rebound for Sterling. On the outside left, here is Lambrick. Lambrick at the top for Harris. On the outside left to Lambrick. Straight away to Harris. Right corner to Hume. Now to Harris, and that ball poked at a bounce by Mount. Intended for Lambrick. Bead Diggers have played very well in stretches tonight. Brennan Skurjanek will check in for Sterling. But the Tigers have put together a couple of massive runs here in the second half, and they lead by 17 with 5:35 to go. The inbounds pass to Harris, right side to Lambrick, back to Harris. Free throw line for Chavez, left corner Skurjanek. Here's Harris. Excellent ball movement by Sterling. They really spread the floor, and the Bead Diggers are now cautious of that backside cut because Hall and Nichols, especially Hall, just sitting down there in the paint, making sure that doesn't happen again. Here's Lambert, cross-court Skurjanek, fakes a three, steps in, lost the basketball, picks it up, lobs it right corner for Chavez. Now to Hume. Hume to Lambert. We've got 5 minutes to go in the game. Sterling, 62, Brush, 45. Bodie Hume to Harris. Just a motion offense. Left of the lane, pulling up from 15 and missing off the back of the rim as Chavez grabs the rebound. And he's going to kick it back out. The shot was missed by Lambrick. Now Chavez in the right corner. They reset the offense. Feeds it into Harris, who scores off the glass. An excellent cut there by Harris. 64-45. It's now a 7-0 run for Sterling. Here is Mount at the top for Hirschfeld. 4.5 minutes to go. The Bead Diggers headed for an elimination game on Thursday. Hall back out to Mount behind the three-point line. Now to Nichols. 15-footers blocked right back in his face by Hume. And Chavez has the basketball. This was a 4-point Sterling lead at the break. Bodie Hume on the outside right. Back out to Lambrick. Now here's Harris in the left corner for Skurjanek. Picked up by Hall. Now he picks up the dribble inside to Lambrick all the way. Kicks it right corner for Chavez. Now to Harris. Left wing Skurjanek. And he made it. And now Sterling just blowing out Brush. Another big run, 10-0 run. Sterling leads by 22. 67-45, 3:47 to go. Leachman in the lane, puts up a wild shot, misses, and the ball is loose. Picked up by Nichols. Now to Mounts. His three is no good. And the ball is taken in the corner by Mike Chavez. Got 3:33 to go, and now I'm sure the Beat Diggers just want to end this thing and get to a Thursday game. Here is Skurjanek right of the lane. Back out to Lambrick. His three is a brick, but the ball's into the hands of Skurjanek. That's how badly he missed it. And then a steal by Mount. Long pass to Leachman, and he misses the dunk. And the ball is picked out of there by Lambrick. Here's the pass towards Chavez, poked out of bounds. And it will be Sterling basketball. The Beat Diggers have not committed a turnover in the quarter. That has not been the issue. Oh, that was not good there for Noah. Getting a little bit of a razzing from the crowd there. Corbin Massey's in for Trent Mount, but hey, forget about that. I mean, that might have been a rough moment for him, but Leachman has had very good second half with 12 of his 17 points. He's also got 6 rebounds and a couple of blocks in the game. But the defense has not been good in the second half. There's the basketball into the hands of Brendan Skurjanek with 3 minutes to go. Jake Busmente into the game. As Sterling clearing the bench, Skurjanek all the way. Try to get Leachman in the air. Now Chavez fakes the three, steps in, 10-footer. No good. Ryan Dunker grabs his second rebound for the Beat Diggers. He comes the other way with 2:39 to go in the game. Jason Ha in there for Sterling. Here is Hirschfeld in the right corner. Massey penetrates, cut off by Harris. Crossover dribble back out to Dunker. Dunker spinning on Chavez. Then we got contact and a foul. That'll be the 15th foul on Sterling, but Dunker was trying to go for the shot, and he was bodied up by Harris, so that'll be 2 free throws. Harris commits his third. Dunker had 6 points in the opening half, none here in the second. That probably will change right now. And the free throw is no good. Live in your world, learn in ours at Northeastern. Go to njc.edu. And a bank that is committed to their community and keeping banking simple, Morgan Federal Bank. 321 Ensign, second one off the back of the rim. Harris with a rebound. Here come the Tigers the other way. The shot by Ha is good on the left baseline. Jason Ha gets involved. From the left baseline, 69-45. It's now a 12-0 run. Bounce pass towards Leachman. Poked away by Skurjanek. First turnover for Brush in the quarter. And now to Chavez. He lays it up and misses. Aaron Nichols grabs the Brush rebound, his 7th. On the outlet to Dunker behind his back. Swings it right side to Massey. Massey, jump pass down low. Foul from behind was Leachman by Skurjanek. That'll be the 16th foul, Skurjanek's first. Got a minute 51 remaining in the game. And it was only a 12-point game after 3. So it's not like Brush was out of the game even after 3 quarters, but this Sterling team on their home floor is very difficult to beat, and they were coming off a loss to Platte Valley. Hirschfeld, bounce pass into Nichols. He banks it in. Nice cut to the basket by Aaron Nichols, who's got 6. 69-47. And with a minute 44 to go, I think Dunker, I don't know if he took an elbow, but he looks shaken up. He's going to stay in the game. Well, let's see. Trent Mount looks like he's getting ready to check in, and he's coming in for Dunker. Beat Diggers need that point guard on Thursday night when they play in Greeley. And again, we're estimating that's a 6 o'clock start time against Frontier Academy in a tournament elimination game, and Frontier Academy is 2-0 against Brush this year. Jason Hall at the top. Over to Skurjanek. Skurjanek is going to hand it off to Kyle. And we got a traveling violation. Turnover number 10 for Sterling. We got a minute 29 to go in the game. And the Tigers have been in control here with a 69-47 advantage. Hirschfeld on the outside left corner for Nichols. Nichols spins on the defender. Busmente picks up his dribble. Jump pass to Hirschfeld. Right side to Massey. Massey straight away to Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld maintains the dribble. Picks it up over to Mount. Mount in the lane. Mount leans, banks, and misses. Got nothing but glass. And Mount tries to chase down the rebound. Isaac Harris does for Sterling, but cannot control it, actually. It's out of bounds. Brush basketball with 61 seconds to go in the game. So Brush will have to defeat a team on Thursday night that they have not beaten this season in Frontier. Here is Massey on the outside left to Mount. Mount behind his back, putting up a 15-footer that's blocked, but he's fouled. And Mount will go to the line as Carter Kyle committed the foul. Trent Mount to shoot 2. The Bay Diggers are 0 out of 3 in this fourth quarter. The only free throws they've attempted in the second half. Mount's in double figures with 12, and it's still 12. Off to the left. Williams, Contreras, Perry, and let's see who else is checking in for the Bead Diggers. That's Salcedo. Alex Salcedo, I believe that is. Checking in. And the free throw is up by Mountain Good. It will step in with the Bead Diggers down by 21 with 50.6 seconds to go. Skurjanik to throw it in. And here come the Tigers the other way. Kyle over to Skurjanik. Let's see if they're in a hurry to get off a shot. I wouldn't think so. Busmente right side to Kyle. Now to Skurjanik. Against Contreras. Bounce pass cross court to Kyle. Now here's the Ha 3, and that's off the back of the rim. And the ball is tipped right back into the hands of Ha. Sterling resets with 23 seconds to go. Here's Skurjanik against Contreras. Back out to Busmente. Now to Ha. We're down to 16 seconds remaining in the game. The Tigers lead by 21. Yeah, they don't need to get off a shot here. Just hold the basketball with under 10 seconds to go. Busmente into Harris. Nice job of Harris retreating towards the timeline, and that'll be it. As the Sterling Tigers have a strong fourth quarter and defeat the Brush Bead Diggers tonight in Sterling, 69-48. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with a recap on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Bead Digger postgame show is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center with 3 locations to serve you better. Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan, your headquarters for your home, farm, and ranch supplies from plumbing to feed. Mr. D's Ace Home Center. The Bead Diggers fall to Sterling tonight in this Patriot League Tournament quarterfinal, 69-48. They're headed for a Thursday night matchup in Greeley, more than likely at 6 o'clock against Frontier Academy, which lost to Liberty Common tonight, 67-61. Let's bring in the head coach of the Bead Diggers, Tyrone Whipple. And, Coach, your team was certainly in this game for a while. A couple of occasions, Sterling went on a run. You called timeouts. You got back into the game. But Sterling was just ultimately too strong. It's a team that, I mean, they are just relentless, even though your team didn't give up and only down by 4 at halftime. And it certainly was a winnable game at some point until Sterling put together another final run, which ultimately just won the game.
Yeah, John, I think once again it's tribute to our turnovers in the second half. I think turnovers is what hurt us, and I told them, we had to minimize our turnovers in this game to be successful. And I think we played good defense in the first half, and even with some mistakes in the first half, we were able to climb back in it. But ultimately, it just caught up with us. Too many turnovers.
Well, and I'm sure in the second half there were a lot of those backdoor cuts where I don't know if the defense was caught asleep or Sterling was just very intelligent, taking advantage of small seams in that defense, which usually is pretty tight down low. But in that second half, they had more layups than I'm sure you would have liked.
I think they were more concerned, and what I tell the guys, the basketball scores, so they get concerned about the person with the ball and the three-point shot, and put too much emphasis on that instead of doing their assignments sometime, and we leak out, and those type of things happen, and they sneak in the back door. So it was unfortunate, but I thought the guys played tough, and I think they ran out of gas a little bit down the stretch. The officiating was great tonight, and we got to take care of the basketball.
Yeah,
we got to take care of the basketball.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question about it. Sterling obviously with only 10 turnovers in the game. Is that the other thing you look at, that maybe you have to force more turnovers,
Yes.
even though it's very difficult against a team that moves the ball so quickly in
Yeah.
Sterling to force those turnovers? But in order to win games against quality opponents, I'm sure you've got to do more of that.
Yeah, and rebounding too, John. I think on the glass we had some missed opportunities where the ball, just went through our hands, and we just weren't aggressive enough down there on the glass at times. And, that was tell of the tape. I mean, we got beat by a better team tonight.
What about the flow of the offense? Other than the turnovers you mentioned, were you pleased with the flow of the offense? Because there's a difference between obviously not moving the basketball well and just missing shots at certain times, which did happen in this game.
Yeah, and I thought we moved the basketball well at times, but I think we stall out. Sometimes the guys don't, they forget their assignment, and it makes it tough. It shuts down one side of the floor when you run that time of read and react offense, and everybody's not moving at the same time. It creates problems. So sometimes we shoot ourselves in the foot at times.
You had games this year, quite a few games, especially ones that you won, that you got to the free throw line quite a bit, but only 8 times tonight. Is that going to be more of a point of emphasis here on Thursday, just to try to, whether it's getting other teams in foul trouble or to do something to create opportunities to get to the free throw line? Because less than 10 free throws, even though Sterling only had 8 free throw attempts, but you've got to win that one in order to win these games.
Yeah, we do, and we got to attack the basket, and that was part of we needed to attack the basket and get them in foul trouble. And like I said, I think Chaz Lebsock was the one. He was the tell of the tape. He was the X factor when he came in that second half, and I think he got a steal, and he scored, I think it was 6 or 7 points. I know he had a 3, and then I think he had 2 twos on turnovers. And I think that that turnaround right there, that 7-point turnaround right there, was huge. That was kind of the dagger. But yeah, we have to attack the basket, John. I mean, because we don't shoot well from the outside, and so. We're not going to stop taking those outside shots. We're going to keep putting them up. But at the same time, we've got to work the ball inside out.
Is it virtually the same game plan? I know it's a different opponent in Frontier Academy, but they're a team that did beat Sterling earlier this year. They're 2-0 against Brush, but is the same game plan in effect for Thursday night on the road against the Frontier Academy team than the Sterling team, or is it a little bit different? Because the Frontier Academy's got some size, but I don't think anybody shoots the 3 as effectively as Sterling does.
No, nobody does, and it'll be a different game plan defensively. We'll probably run some junk defenses and try to locate their shooters and run them off the spot. And offensively, we've got to get the ball inside to Leachman and Nichols to be successful.
Final thing, Coach, where's this team mentally after this game? I mean, I know it was a one-sided loss, but I think the score's a little bit deceiving. This game was pretty darn competitive through 3+ quarters, and it was that final 12-0 run that made it seem out of hand. But you were right there with his team for a good portion of the game.
Yeah, and that's been our Achilles heel all year, John. We can play with people, but we can play for 3 quarters, but we have to play 4 quarters.
Yeah, and the first match, it was the second quarter that got you here. The second match, it was the third quarter.
Yes.
And then ultimately the third and fourth, but even more so the fourth, because it was still about a 12 or 10-point game early in the fourth quarter.
We could have got back in it, and we've got to knock down our shots as well. So,
hey, Tyrone, appreciate it.
Thank you, John.
We'll see you on Thursday in Greeley.
And we appreciate all your support this year, sir.
Oh, it's certainly our pleasure. That's Brush head coach Tyrone Whipple after the Beat Diggers went down to defeat 69-48 tonight. Let's run through the numbers for the visiting Beat Diggers. They had 17 points from Noah Leachman. He had 10 of those in the third quarter. He also had 6 rebounds, and he was second in that category. Aaron Nichols had 7, 13 points for Trent Mount. And then you had 6 apiece from Ryan Dunker and Aaron Nichols, 4 points for Hirschfeld, and then 2 by Adrian Lopez. But that balance for Sterling was there. They had 15 points from Davis Lebsock, 14 for Bodie Hume. Chaz Lebsock with 12. In fact, they had 10 players in the scoring column tonight. Riley Schaefer with 7, 6 for Mike Chavez, 5 in the game for Isaac Harris, 3 points for Brennan Skurjanik and Carter Kyle, 2 for Jason Haw, and 2 for Braden Lambrecht. 29 rebounds for Sterling, and they had 7 of those from Chavez, 25 for Brush. I mentioned Nichols with 7, Beat Diggers with 16 turnovers unofficially, and Sterling with 10. Sterling led 19-15 after one, 32-20 at the break, but then put together a 20-12 third quarter, a 17-8 fourth, and they will take on Liberty Common coming up on Thursday night here in Sterling. Liberty Common beat Frontier Academy 67-61. Meanwhile, Platte Valley knocked off Strasburg 59-50. Let's see if we get an Eaton score somehow, because Eaton was taking on Estes Park, and I'm sure that game has gone final. But assuming that Eaton won that, then they would be that fourth team, that other team that qualifies for the Patriot League Tournament semifinals on Thursday night. Sterling with a victory improves to 16-4. The Beat Diggers drop to 10-11. Outstanding job by our sound engineer and producer. Let's tell you quickly, the Beat Digger Player of the Game brought to you by Cargill Beef. committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at Cargill.com. We'll give it to Noah. 18 points and 6 rebounds for our sound engineer and producer, Michaela Klimper. I'm John Beltran. The final score once again tonight, Sterling 69, Brush 48. It's Brush and Frontier Academy in an elimination game on Thursday night in Greeley. We'll have it for you right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.